What's up everyone, Mark here. So I got really exciting news to share with you guys. But before that, for anyone who's new to the channel or unfamiliar with this tank, it's called the River, and it's a 450 gallons freshwater plenty tank. And you can check out different videos on my channel and my Instagram account to get all the information and all the different updates on this tank. Now let's talk about the exciting news that I mentioned earlier. So I will be going to the Amazon River in a few days time. And this is beyond exciting because it has always been my dream to go visit the Amazon, to see all the fish I love in their natural habitat and just, get that little bit sense of explore. And there's something really special about this trip because I will be going with the one and only legendary Heiko Blair. If you don't know Heiko Blair, he's this legend, true legend in this hobby, and you have to look him up. He has been exploring rivers and lakes and all the corners of the earth. This guy alone discovered over 6,000 species of fish. I haven't even seen that many species in person. For example, he discovered the Rumminose tetras, which you can see in the river. So the part of the Amazon we're exploring is in Colombia, which is the region bordering Venezuela. We'll be first flying to Bogota, and then taking a bus to Villavicencio, and then take a small charter plane and fly to Puerto Inarita. From there, we'll take a boat upstream and into the remote part of the rainforest. The whole expedition will be 7 days long. We'll explore and hopefully, just hopefully, we'll discover some new species. For this exciting trip, I'll try my best to capture as much footage as I can and take you guys along with me. For this series, I'll be breaking down the video into 3 or 4 parts, depending on the amount of footage I'm able to get. For today's video, I'll be going over the details of the trip. I'll introduce you guys to the legendary Heiko Blair, and I'll be sharing all the equipment and gears that I'll have to bring onto the trip. Because remember, we're going into the remote rainforest, which there's no access to modern technology. And believe me, there are a lot of things I had to buy to prepare for this trip. So let's get right into it. I was lucky to have met Heiko during the CIPS Expo in China in 2018. He was invited there as a judge for the biotope contest, and also to give a live demonstration of a biotope setup and a talk on the same topic. What makes him a legend in our hobby is that he has been exploring and discovering species for his whole life. Now at age 75, he's still averaging at least 12 expeditions per year. To me, that is just simply astounding. I just wish that when I'm at that age, I have the energy and the ability to still go out and explore. Here are some videos of my conversation with him at CIPS last year. Alright, we're here at CIPS with the world famous Heiko Blair, and I'm super happy to be able to see what he thinks about the entire Aquascape contest. And what do you think about it, Heiko?
Well, first of all, I appreciate and I really admire all the people doing this tremendous work, because I know there's a lot of work behind and a lot of dedication, but it is very clear that what is called aquascape, actually the correct name should be aquariumscaping, because the word aquascape does not exist. I don't know who invented it. The point is that it is a tremendous work. It's very nice to look at, but it's made for man. It's simply never made for fish. It's not the idea of an aquarium. The idea of an aquarium is, first of all, you have to think of the fish you will have. Right. The fish is number one. This is why aquariums were invented. One of the pioneers was my grandfather, and this is in the 19th century. And all they thought is about doing something according to nature, to have fishes in an environment, if possible, identical to where they come from, to their natural habitat. And the essence of an aquarium is the fish. I mean, then follows the plants and whatever the environment is. But the essence of aquarium is fish underwater. And all aquascape things I have seen around the world, even the biggest contest taking place in Japan since the year 2000, they all made for man to love it, to look at it, to photograph it, to have it as a memory of photograph, but never to have it as an aquarium at home. I have not seen until this very day one single aquascape aquarium that lasted for a long time. And I visit them all over the world. I saw the first ones placed in Hong Kong, in Japan. Those who have remained look terrible. They look terrible unless you go every day and trim them. So it's really for man-made.
So the better alternative would be biotope aquariums.
That's the essence of aquarium. And I would love to see more people around the world here. SIPS 2018 did for the first time a biotope aquarium contest. They now want to do it very big for next year. And biotope contests are really taking place worldwide, throughout Europe. They're going now to Asia. And if SIPS sends a mark on this, I think China will lead. And you would see many, many more biotope aquariums than what you see aquascape.
Why don't we go over to our biotope contest section and you can tell everybody about the setup that you set up.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so we're here in front of the biotope fish tank that Heiko just set up yesterday. And can you tell us about describing the biotope aquarium?
This biotope I made according to when I went the first time to a river, a small river called Jufaris. And the Jufaris is a small affluent, a northern affluent of the Rio Negro, the number one blackwater river of the world. And in this river, at the very end of 1965, when I came back from Florida, where I studied at the university, I found this species, which now is probably one of the most popular fishes, together with cardinal tetra in the aquarium hobby worldwide. And it took 22 or 27 years until it was described in my name, Hemigrama flairi. And they swim like this in nature. They swim in large groups. And this is why if they put in a biotope correct aquarium, they will always swim like this. So we will continuously have a beautiful view of the aquarium. You can watch this 24 hours. The fish will never stand still. It's not like a normal aquarium you do. With all kinds of different fishes. It's never nice. This natural biotope correct aquarium will be beautiful for the rest of your life. And you do aquarium like this, there's no work. You just have to add the evaporated water and you have to feed the fish, that's all.
Alright, so let's take a look at the gears that I have to get ready for this trip. And yeah, there's a lot of gears too. And first of all, okay, so I laid them on the floor because I just did like a flat lay. Just shot a picture of a flat lay for Instagram, and also to get things organized. Alright, so we'll start from the camera gears. And then, as you can see, that's the stable. I have to get bring the DSLR, and for any far away animals and whatnot. Mostly probably birds and different wildlife. I rented a long range or telephoto lens. And I have to have the tripod, and if you can see, I'm bringing a lot of extra batteries. So one thing about going into the rainforest is that there will be no place for me to charge any batteries for any of my gears. Since I'll be staying in the rainforest for 7 days, I'll have to bring that much battery power to last me for the whole trip. Alright, and then next we have the drone. it would be great to get some footage of the river and over the rainforest canopy. So I'm bringing my DJI Spark because the Spark is great for its size, its compact size. I don't have a lot of space in my bags, so the Spark will do really great. And 4 batteries will last me, I guess, if I can fly like 15 minutes per battery, that's an hour, so which is good. Definitely not getting an hour out of those, but you know, a good 30 minutes would do, I think. So the next over we'll have the GoPro, of course, and then I'm bringing the dome cover. That way I can take some below and above water footage and pictures. Next over we have my new toy, which is the Insta360 1X, and this is a 360 video camera, which is really great. And even though I have to do a lot of post editing for the footage, but it captures a lot of different footage, which is really great. And of course we'll have the waterproof casing for iPhone, which I'm recording the video on, so that's a must-have. So this battery pack here is for DJI gimbal, and which I'm using to hold my phone right now. And then we have the battery generator, the power generator. So to say it's a generator is more of a big battery pack. So this battery pack holds about like 250 watts, which holds a lot of power. I don't even know the exact figure, but then that will last me a long time. For example, it can charge my drone up to like 8 times or something. And then this is the battery, or I mean this is the solar power panel. So you can fully charge the battery pack in 8 hours or so, I believe. But the thing is, this time of the year, it's the raining season. And we're gonna have sporadic shower every other hour, I think. But then it's like very short lasted. For example, it comes and goes in 15 minutes or so. I don't know how that will affect the the solar panel performance, and we'll see about that. All right, now some other gears. I just bought this snorkeling mask, which I've used once before, like this similar style when I was in China, and it works really great. So I really like it, and I ordered one, and as you can see, it's brand new, I haven't used it. So hopefully we can find some river or parts of the tributary that's clear enough for us to just snorkel and see what's going on under the water. And then we have the headlamps. Headlamps is ultra important because in the rainforest, when the sun goes down, that's the only thing that allows you to see anything. And that's why I'm packing 2. So this one is gonna be my main one, and which is super bright, and then I have a backup. This one I bought it on at REI, which is very reliable. Then we have the torch, the light torch, and then the multi-tool and first aid kit. Oh, this I think will prove to be a lifesaver if we ever run into problems, because it's called Life Straw, which is a water filter, and you can just drink right from the water source, which is what will be the river, and it will filter out all the the nasty stuff. And well, you gotta have your airport passport when you're traveling, right? So besides the passport, and within all of these gears, guess what the most important thing on this trip will be? It's this. So I can't stress enough about the importance of these wipes when you're in the wilderness. Because imagine you go to do your business, right? Number 2 namely, and how would you clean yourself? I mean, I asked Heiko about this, right? And he just laughed. He said he used water, which I can't even imagine like how, right? So I had this really awkward and pleasant and embarrassing experience when I was in Indonesia, and I think that's another story for another day. But let's just say those are the essential, and you don't want to travel into the wilderness without them. Yeah, so one thing that when I pick out these wipes that I really was looking for was biodegradable, and both of these are. So after your business is done, just bury them in the dirt and they'll decompose within like 28 days, I believe. Okay, and right next to it, the bug repellent is a must-have, definitely a must-have. I've used this particular one when I went to Thailand and Costa Rica, and it really works. And you see that it's rated 30, right? It's because it contains 30% DEET. And DEET is straight up just poison. So you're basically putting poison on yourself. And with the 30%, I can already feel a burning sensation on my body when you apply it. And the same brand actually sells other products that's rated 100, which is like 100% DEET. And I can't even imagine when you apply that one onto your skin, and I think you'll just, I don't know, burst into flame. That's, I guess at least that's how you'll feel like, because that thing, man, I'm telling you, it's, yeah, 30, I think 30 is good. Plus, where we're going, the water is mostly black water. And the interesting thing about that is it's too acidic for mosquitoes. So the region where we're going actually has no mosquitoes, which is great news. But then also, you know, I bring the bug repellent just because we don't want, I don't know, say like poison centipedes crawling up my butt. And then we have the activated charcoal. This one is mainly for, you know, if you eat anything that's not clean and then you get diarrhea and upset stomach. This actually will clean your system out because the activated charcoal goes into your body in a capsule, and then the charcoal absorbs all that, you know, the bad stuff essentially, and then it passes through your body. So I usually bring one of these on my trips. And then we have the raincoat. Like I said before, it's raining season, so that's a must-have. Of course, a hat, explorer's hat. And last but not least, water shoes. We'll be treading a lot of water, and then we'll spend a lot of time in the water trying to collect different fish. So that's a must-have, and I bought them on Amazon, which they have really great reviews, and they're good hiking shoes, I believe. So yeah, I'll report back on how they are. And now I'm carrying 2 backpacks, which this is one of them. I used to backpack with this one, and it has a really high capacity and it's really comfortable. It carries a lot of stuff actually, so most of my gears and my clothing and my hygienic products are all gonna be in this bag. And then for this one, this is a Peak Design everyday backpack, which is a really great camera backpack, and I'll be using that to put all my DSLR, my probably GoPro and 360 in here. Yep, so that pretty much wraps up all the gears I'm bringing with me on this trip. I'm leaving tomorrow and I'm super excited about it. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll have part 2 and part 3 of this series coming shortly. Alright, thank you guys.